वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू ऑल ऑफ यू। आप सभी का फिर से स्वागत है हमारे चैनल पर इंडियन मास कम्युनिकेशन में। In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about some recent current affairs which are ICT based, which are relevant for any kind of media exam, whether it's CUT, PG or UGC NET. We are going to discuss about some important developments which have taken place in the world of technology and which has a lot of implications on how
Hello everybody, is audio and visual clear? Kindly do let me know that I am audible, there is no technical glitch, then we shall start. I am not seeing any response. I assume that there is some technical glitch. So let me fix it first. Hello everybody, kindly do let me know whether I am audible, there is no technical glitch. Okay, I can see that now the decibels are fine. So dear students, when we talk about current affair part in context of UGC net exam, there are only two or maximum three questions. Okay, this topic holds a weightage of maximum two, three, sometimes one question. Okay, so we need to be very careful about what we are going to learn, because though two three questions can be a game changer, but we have to also think about other topics as well. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to take first of all the reference from the previous exam. Okay, so there has already been one exam conducted. I have collected a lot of PYQs which are related to current affairs from this topic, which is the ICT. Find that questions have been asked lately on either large language models, whether like the recent model of chat gpt, gemini, then Deepseek and all those things becomes very important. Then questions have been asked on AI news anchors. Okay, so these kind of questions they're asking. We have already conducted two lectures which are related to current affairs. One was general current affairs, other was on award shows, which is very important. This is third lecture. So very important development is Deepseek. Dear students, kindly be little active in the group, because I think that there is some technical glitch. अगर कुछ response नहीं आता ना, so keep writing something, keep sending me those smileys. So dear students, this thing DeepSeek, a lot of tech expert, they are calling it a Sputnik moment. What is DeepSeek in very simple terms? DeepSeek is another kind of लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल. व्हाट आर लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल्स? आप चैट जीपीटी यूज़ करते हैं. चैट जीपीटी एक लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल है जिसपे आप सवाल लिखते हैं एनएलपी, नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग भाषा में. ठीक है, जो आपकी भाषा है उसी के अंदर आपको जवाब मिल जाते हैं. सो डीप सीक में ऐसा क्या खास है? डीप सीक में एक ऐसा लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल जो चाइना से आता है, और एनवीडिया नाम की कंपनी, जो आज आज की डेट में इस वर्ल्ड की वन ऑफ द रिचेस्ट कंपनी है. इट्स अ टेक कंपनी, चिप मेकिंग कंपनी. इट वाइप्स आउट 600 billion worth of money in just one day. So इन्होंने क्या किया? There is entire buzz about artificial intelligence. There is a technological shift everywhere. This is being considered as a paradigmatic shift. Now a lot of buzzwords are being used. कुछ भी नहीं होता तो उसको बोल देते हैं ये एआई कर सकता है, एआई कर सकता है. ठीक है, सो एआई एक्चुअली क्या माना जाता है कि अगर किसी कंट्री को, किसी अगर कंपनी को एआई मॉडल्स बनाने हैं, सो इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ investment. Let's say countries like USA, it is at forefront of producing all these large language models, whether it's chat gpt or gemini, sora, okay, even grok, and all these things, they are being produced by a few countries only. So now this, in this day and age where there is another discourse on information warfare, okay, who owns all these hardware, softwares, all these things? China comes up with this model which was produced at 1/20th cost. ठीक है, ये इतना रेलिवेंट क्यों बन गया, इसने इतना ज़्यादा शोर शराबा क्यों मचाया इतने मीडिया वर्ल्ड के अंदर? दिस मॉडल वॉज प्रोड्यूस्ड एट अ कॉस्ट ऑफ 1/20th फ्रैक्शन. मतलब सिर्फ ये वाला जो मॉडल था डीप सीक, ये सिर्फ $5.6 million, if I am not wrong. This figure might be wrong also, but it's not relevant for from your examination point of view. ठीक है, so this was only produced on 1/20th fraction of cost. Okay, that's why this becomes so important. So this was a kind of in tech world it is called a Sputnik moment. Even Donald Trump also tweeted a tweet that it was a wake up call. So a lot of investment is being pumped up by USA and all these first world countries where they are thinking that they can only develop these kind of models. But here comes China, a very cost effective yet efficient. So ऐसा नहीं है कि और countries नहीं बना पा रही. This was very efficient on Google App Store. It was the most downloadable application. So that's why it actually send a lot of messages in this tech world. That's why DeepSeek becomes important. It sends a message that locally owned or indigenous LLMs can also work and they can be produced without this heavy investment. ठीक है, so जो एक company है NVIDIA which produces all these chips, उसका जो उसकी वेल्थ थी एक दिन में ही 600 बिलियन का उसको लॉस हुआ. सो ऑन Jan 20, 2025 DeepSeek रिलीज इट्स R1 LLM एट अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ कॉस्ट. सो जितने भी आप LLMs की बात करते हैं ना, लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल्स की, इनके बड़े सारे वर्जन्स होते हैं. अब चैट जीपीटी का जो रिसेंट वर्जन है आई गेस इट्स 4o. सो इसका जो R1 वर्जन की बात कर रहे हैं, इससे पहले भी बड़े सारे वर्जन रहे होंगे. ठीक है, उसके बारे में आप पढ़ सकते हैं अगर आप इस चैट बॉक्स के डिस्क्रिप्शन को खोलेंगे, उसमें आपको बड़े सारे लिंक्स मिलेंगे. प्लीज़ कम से कम एक आर्टिकल तो आपको पढ़ना चाहिए. आप बिल्कुल भी अपने आप को, अपने दिमाग को डम डाउन मत कीजिए स्पून फीडिंग के ऊपर. आपको पढ़ना लिखना भी आना चाहिए. ठीक है, लोगों ने न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना छोड़ दिया है, सिर्फ ट्विटर के थ्रू आप न्यूज़ ले रहे हैं, वो गलत है. इट इज़ ऑलवेज अज्यूम्ड कि बीइंग अ मीडिया स्टूडेंट यू आर रीडिंग अ न्यूज़पेपर. ये सारी चीज़ें आपको ऑलरेडी पता होगी. ठीक है, सो ऑन January 2025 DeepSeek रिलीज इट्स R1 LLM मॉडल एट अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ कॉस्ट. You should also know why it is relevant. ठीक है, it was produced at 1/20th cost. ठीक है, तो जब हम बात करते हैं ना दिस इंफॉर्मेशन वॉरफेयर और लेट्स से प्लेटफॉर्म इकोनॉमी, ऑल दीज थिंग्स, दिस थिंग मैटर्स अ लॉट. कि अगर थर्ड वर्ल्ड कंट्रीज या डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज कैन प्रोड्यूस दीज मॉडल्स, सो दे विल बी हैविंग एज ओवर अदर कंट्रीज. Then DeepSeek's AI model was developed and trained at a fraction of cost comparable to models of from US companies. द फाउंडर का नाम बहुत ज़रूरी है, लायन वेनफेंग. ओके, इनके ऊपर बड़े सारे बैन्स भी लगाए गए दूसरी कंट्रीज़ में. दिस कॉस्ट इफेक्टिवनेस चैलेंजेस द प्रिवेलिंग नोशन दैट AI डेवलपमेंट रिक्वायर्स मैसिव इन्वेस्टमेंट इन कंप्यूटिंग रिसोर्सेज एंड एडवांस्ड चिप्स, potentially shifting focus to more efficient and sustainable AI models. So thing is that in India there have been several attempts at producing state of the art LLMs, but majorly they have not transcended the boundaries. Like they are only limited to India only. There hasn't been any I'm preparing net from DeepSeek. Okay, so there hasn't been any like state of the art LLM which is being used in other countries. It is hugely limiting to India only. Okay, so this is one thing. Then Bharat Gen, this was one of the recent LLMs which has been launched in India. AI based model on Indic languages. So it is supported, it supports 22 Indian official languages. ठीक है, Bharat Gen, an artificial intelligence AI based multi model large language model designed for Indian languages was launched recently. It is backed by DST Department of Science and Technology. ठीक है, due to algorithms and large model. Okay, good. Dev brings together a consortium of top academic research. So the need of indigenous based large language model is like there right now, because all these data sets or like LLMs works on a lot of computational data. They are pre-trained on a lot of websites, books, materials, but they also carry with them is this bias about. So there is, there is also a discourse on, the truth on LLMs. So they have been trained certain way. If you ask China about certain questions related to its political parties, it might not answer you. Okay, this is also another side of this coin. So Bharat Gen AI and artificial intelligence, what is multi-model? So I am going to expand this further in the next slides also. एक ना सर्वम एआई था रिसेंटली, सर्वम एआई, इसके बारे में भी पढ़िएगा, उसके ऊपर भी कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही थी, इसके बारे में ज़रूर पढ़िएगा। और इससे संबंधित जो भी आपको इंडिया से रिलेटेड मॉडल्स थे, हमने पिछली क्लास में इसके बारे में बात की थी। एक जो हमने करंट अफेयर्स की क्लास ली थी जनवरी के महीने के अंदर, उसमें हमने भाषिनी के बारे में बात की थी, इंडस 2.0 की बात की थी, जो टेक महिंद्रा कंपनी डेवलप कर रही है। ठीक है, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको पता होनी चाहिए। भाषिनी के बारे में हम बात कर चुके हैं, हनुमान के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है। ठीक है, भारत जीपीटी एंड हनुमान के ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन था। जो भी दोस्तों हम पढ़ रहे हैं ना, I'm being very responsible. I'm trying to be very responsible because we should limit it to some kind of reference. And the reference is the PYQs. So अगर हम कुछ भी, every single trivia shouldn't be this current affair, क्योंकि it's very important time for all of you. Only 3-4 days are left, and I don't want to feed you with a lot of ट्रिवियाज विच माइट नॉट बी रेलिवेंट। ठीक है, सो ये सारी चीज़ें हम क्यों कर रहे हैं, आपको पूछना चाहिए आप सर आप क्यों पढ़ा रहे हो, क्योंकि इसका रेफरेंस है पिछले सालों में क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं। फर्स्ट ये प्लेटफॉर्म ऑफ इंडिया मेड ऑन पैटर्न्स ऑफ चैट जीपीटीज हनुमान। ठीक है, इसलिए हम ये सारी चीज़ें पढ़ रहे हैं, इससे 1 या 2 क्वेश्चन आने के आसार है। सो उसके बारे में पढ़िएगा, कॉन्फिडेंस गेन कीजिएगा, पर इसके पीछे पागल मत हो जाएगा। ठीक है, जो फाउंडेशंस हैं वो हमेशा एकदम परफेक्ट करके चलते रहिएगा। चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। तो हम जब इंडियन एलएलएम्स की बात कर रहे हैं, तो हमने पिछली क्लास में ये इंडस 2.0, भाषिनी, भारत जीपीटी एंड हनुमान के बारे में बात की थी। ओला ने भी, जो ओला कंपनी है, उसने भी कृत्रिम नाम के एक एलएलएम को डेवलप किए। बट द थिंग इज दैट दे हैव नॉट reached out to a lot of global audiences. So you are using Deepseek. A student is saying that he or she is using Deepseek for the examination purpose. But these LLM models which are being produced in India, like we are talking about made in India, they are not reaching out to a larger people. And one thing is, dear students, when you talk about static data, never rely on chat gpt. Okay, never rely on any LLM model, because many a times information is wrong, there are a lot of inaccuracies. ठीक है, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। Then Ankita, there has been a new addition in news anchors in India, a regional news anchor, first Assamese news anchor. It was tweeted by Assam's chief minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Okay, so the name of the first Assamese news anchor is Ankita. You should remember this name because they have already asked questions on Indian news anchors. Who was the first Indian news anchor? It was released by India Today, and you can tell me the name in the comment box. So the first name was the first AI news anchor in India was Sana. It's just a quick recall. Okay, so thank you Ram. Then Lisa was India's first regional news anchor with Odisha TV. Saundarya was Canada's first news anchor. Okay, these things we have already discussed. First news anchor globally was by a Chinese news agency. Okay, Xinhua, ये आपको हमने पहले बता चुका हूँ। The first world's AI news anchor was debuted in China in 2018. It was by Xinhua news agency. Okay, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। Next important thing is yes, GPT 4.0. So the recent version of ChatGPT is 4.0. ठीक है, what is LLM? LLM are large language models. So you can give prompts in a language which is understood by humans, and it gives you reply in the same language. So it is mostly, what you have used is text to text. So when a large language model can produce several kinds of data information or media, text to image, then text to video, it becomes multi-model LLMs. Okay, text to video. So now chat gpt has also become multi-model. You can also create images with chat gpt. So 4.0 OpenAI recently introduced image generation directly within chat gpt. It was possible in this new development. So you guys must have heard about this, studio ghibli style. You must have created all these images. So it has also led to a lot of discourse around copyright and the concept of art in the age of this AI. Okay, so remember this, the most so you should also remember the name of the this artist called Hayao Miyazaki. His studio ghibli style was replicated, and there are several other styles as well. So you should remember this. And yes, okay, Sora AI is a video, or sorry, text to video model. So you should remember the name of all these things. When we talk about mid journey, so mid journey is, text to image. So what are text to text, text to image, all these models you should be well aware about. Okay, then talking about other things, this is important. Okay, which platform owns which kind of LLMs? ChatGPT, DALI E, Sora. So Sora, like we were discussing about this thing, it's text to video. You can give prompts and it can create videos from that text. Okay, it is owned by all OpenAI. Okay, then L Llama by Meta. Then recently Grok. You can tell me in the comment box who owns Grok. Okay, ChatGPT was accused of taking millions of photos. Okay, good. Gemini by Google. So all these things are very important. They can ask you these kind of questions and match the following format. So you should also know the name of the LLM model and the parent company. Parent company becomes very important. Okay, so these companies, they are uh, like new oil companies. We say this thing ना, that data is the new oil, is the न्यू ऑयल. ये आपने सुना होगा इस फ्रेज का मतलब. ठीक है, ये इसका मतलब क्या है? डेटा इज़ द न्यू ऑयल. 1970-80 के दशक में जो इस दुनिया की सबसे ज़्यादा पावरफुल कंपनीज थी, दे वर मेजरली डीलिंग इन ऑयल. ठीक है, नाउ द मोस्ट पावरफुल कंपनीज आर डीलिंग इन डेटा. ओके, फेसबुक, ट्विटर, Instagram, all these things, they are not merely just platform of sharing, images or information or media. The most important events, like let's say US presidential elections or Indian elections, they are being fought on all these platforms. So Twitter becomes very important. Sorry, X, while Twitter. Okay, so that's why you should also know the name of parent company of all these social media websites. So like, who owns Facebook? So like Facebook, there is a पेरेंट कंपनी. सो देर इज अनदर कंपनी कॉल्ड अल्फाबेट. ठीक है, जब हम गूगल की बात करते हैं, उसकी उसकी पेरेंट कंपनी क्या है? ठीक है, सो थैंक यू सोनाली. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट. लाइक यू शुड मेक अ लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल दीज कंपनीज. दे माइट आस्क यू ऑल these kind of questions as well. Okay, then deepfake, we have also discussed about deepfake in one of our earlier lectures. We can also discuss it here. So it's also a new kind of AI technology which is creating a lot of nuisance. It is a type of AI used to create convincing fake images, videos and audio recordings. Deepfakes can be used to make it seem like someone said or did something they never did. So you can create all these plastic images through video. Okay, so deepfake technologies have become a nuisance. There have been this ongoing debate on the ethical implications of AI, the responsible use of AI. So when we talk about emerging technologies in media, so these all media companies, whether it's a news organization or let's say a news agency or a newspaper, they are no more only media organizations. They are media plus tech organizations. Okay, if you go through the LinkedIn page of this Guardian, or I guess Washington Post, I went through their page. They wrote this line that we are a media and technology country, or technology companies. So they have to adopt this thing that the media management has changed. Okay, so all these things becomes very important when we discuss about emerging technologies. So deepfake is one such thing which they might ask you. Okay, its application has been there in a lot of general elections. On X, a lot of fact checking is being done of a lot of videos. ठीक है, सो इसके बारे में भी आप ज़रूर पढ़िएगा. देन I think you should limit it to these few pointers. If you want, you can read more about it. Okay, you can go through the entire history of ChatGPT, which we have already discussed. So they might ask you, the chronological order of ChatGPT, Gemini, Bard, all those things, which we have already discussed multiple times. There is already, dedicated test and all these things, history of ICT and history of social media platforms. It becomes very important. Kindly go through it. Okay, it's a very common kind of question that arrange the following social media platforms in a chronological order. So Facebook, then Google, Amazon, okay, all these things, Instagram. I can foresee that in future they can ask you question on chronological order of all these, LLM models as well. Okay, which platform came first, or it can be in the match the following order as well. So kindly go through all this also. It's readily available on our YouTube channel. Open the ICT playlist, you will find all these videos. Okay, so dear students, that's all for today. I hope we shouldn't stretch it further, because there is a possibility of only one question. Okay, so every single trivia shouldn't be a current affair. And also learn about the name of the director, or let's say the chairperson of all these LLMs. So when we talk about OpenAI, okay, the ChatGPT's parent company, it is run by Sam Altman. Sam Altman is one of the most powerful person of this planet, like Elon Musk. Okay, they have control over all these, platforms, Twitter and everything. Okay, so let us call this a day. Kindly give me your affirmations. This might be the last time we are meeting, so I'm going to, just take 5 minutes, and would, highly recommend that do not read new things during last 4 5 days. You have already you ऑलरेडी डिड अ लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क. ठीक है, जो जितना ज़्यादा आप लोगों ने पढ़ा है लास्ट के कुछ समय में, सिर्फ उसको रिवाइज कीजिए, अपने नोट्स को गो थ्रू कीजिए. ठीक है, अगर आप लास्ट के समय में कुछ भी नई चीज़ पढ़ोगे, आप बहुत ही ज़्यादा ओवरवेल्म होंगे. ठीक है, आपको कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा. सो कोशिश कीजिए कि आखिरी के समय पे कुछ भी नया मत पढ़िए. जो आपने ऑलरेडी पढ़ा है उसको ही अच्छे से रिवाइज कीजिए, जिससे आप उसमें से अच्छे से मार्क्स स्कोर करें. ठीक है, और बस दोस्तों, खुश रहिए. ये एक एग्ज़ाम है, आप अपना बेस्ट करके आएंगे, मुझे पता है. और उसके बाद आप लोग अपने कामों पे लग जाइए, जो भी आपको करना है. अगर आपको जॉब्स करनी है, इंटर्नशिप्स करनी है, रिसर्च प्रपोजल पे काम करना है, अगले 1 महीने प्लीज़ खाली मत बैठिएगा. ये मेरी आप लोगों से एक तहे दिल से रिक्वेस्ट है. अगर आप लोगों ने को ये वीडियो अच्छी लगी हो तो लाइक ज़रूर कीजिएगा, शेयर कीजिएगा अपने दोस्तों के साथ. एंड वी हैव ऑल्सो प्रिपेयर्ड वन टेस्ट ऑन दिस रिसेंट करंट अफेयर्स ऑफ ऑन ICT. We will upload this tomorrow. Okay, so take care. Bye bye.